Hello everybody, today I am going to rank the top 10 hardest things to do in the whole FNAF franchise. This, can be like anything, really. All things FNAF related made by Scott Cawthon, Freddy in Space 2, FNAF World, uh, like, just anything made by Scott Cawthon that's FNAF related. Any game that Scott Cawthon made after FNAF 1 is allowed to be in this video. Those are my rules. Because he didn't make anything non-FNAF related after that. Even the troll games like the FNAF 3 troll, the FNAF SL troll, the FNAF Ultimate Custom Night troll, even the FNAF World troll. It can be literally anything. Now that I've 100%ed all of the games, including Security Breach, I wasn't even thinking about Security Breach when I made this video, so maybe it wouldn't be, but maybe something in Security Breach could have been on this, but I really don't care enough about Security Breach to even include it. To be honest, I just don't like it at all, and I think most people watching this agree with me. If you're a FNAF fan, you agree with me. If you're not, do whatever you want. You'd probably disagree with me. I'll get straight into the list. Number 10 is 100% completion of FNAF World. This one is hard because it's so time consuming. I can't really say that, because don't mistake difficulty for time. But this one seriously takes a long time. This takes, like, the longest out of anything on this list except for number 1 spot. This one, with the new update, the update 2, well, it's not new anymore, but, the update 2 in this kind of makes it easier in my opinion, because you can't just go to the update 2 Halloween Backstage update, just straight from the beginning of the game by clipping through some trees. That was put there on purpose, but that's why I think it's gotten a little bit easier now, because getting all the Update 2 characters isn't even hard for me anymore. I can do all of them on my first try. Defeating the Chica's Magic Rainbow final boss, it's kind of easy. Getting the Pearl it's just a bunch of easy stuff, but combine all of that, then you get the 100% completion, and it's actually a little tricky. One interesting fact is the fourth subdivision, or the fourth glitched object ending, where you see Old Man Consequences. Even if you don't have the Old Man Consequences trophy in FNAF World, you can actually get it from setting Old Man Consequences to 1 on Ultimate Custom Night, and having no other characters, and then just catching a fish, and then you'll get the FNAF World ending, and then you'll get the trophy in FNAF World. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, that's just a little interesting thing to know. It's easier than doing it the normal way. So, for my 100% completions, I usually just do that anyway. Well, not that I reset my data, but if I was to do it again, then I would just do that, because it's way easier. But I love FNAF World. Don't really say anything bad about it. It's just a good game, to be honest, and I know that's gonna make a lot of people mad, but you do you and I'll do me. Number 9. Blind All Nightmare Mode in FNAF 3. This one was hard because it's so incredibly luck-based. I think I might have gotten a little lucky knocking this out in just a couple hours. I think this one took me, this one took me like 2 hours, I think. But I still think, even with all of that, it was just a lucky run. One thing that actually does help this one is before 3 a.m., Nightmare will always, well, not always, but most of the time he'll be on the better closet when he laughs. But after 3 a.m., almost every laugh is a fake laugh. So that does help a lot. But that doesn't stop it from being luck-based. Not really much else to say about it. The pattern is easy. Just listen to his footsteps and go to whatever door he's at. No problem. Number 8 is Saturday in FNAF 6. This one, again, it's a trend, but it's so luck based, and that's where its difficulty comes from. I honestly just okay. I was gonna say it's the only FNAF game I really don't like, but Security Breach. If I talk about FNAF, just pretend Security Breach don't exist. Okay, with that being said, this is the only FNAF game I don't like. Um, because it's so luck based. It's more luck based than any of the other games. Because when you look into a vent to defend yourself against an animatronic, say Scrap Trap or something, then no matter what you do, there's a 90% chance of him killing you, no matter what. And that's just dumb. So it's not even up to you if you live or not, it's just up to random chance. And this night, you have to actually look into the vents like 15 to 50 times, depending on how quick you actually do it. I'll say actually 20 to 50 times is how many times you'll have to do that, and it's a 90% chance, or it's a 10% chance to fail every time. The odds are pretty stacked against you, but you'll beat it eventually. The pattern's not that hard. Number 7, Nightmare Aggressive Only in FNAF 3. This one took me 5 hours to complete it, the third time I actually beat Nightmare Aggressive Only. This one, again, this is gonna be a trend, obviously. This is super luck based, because you can hallucinate 2 spring traps, and that is going to happen to you at least once per run, I think. And sometimes using new strats, besides the no audio alert strat, but the newest strat besides that one, that is easier, but sometimes when he's standing right in front of you and you go to lure him to camp 2, sometimes he's just stubborn, like Golden Freddy and Ultimate Custom Night, and he just decides to stay, so that sucks. And then it'll force you to use 2 audio alerts, and if you can get a second one off, he's probably just gonna stay anyway. But most of the time you won't even be able to get the second one off because the next time you flip up your camera, he just leaves. He just goes to the left of the screen, which is actually the only time you can see Springtrap move. Interesting. Besides on the menu screen, but that's just glitching. Not much else to say. Next one. Number 6 is the hallway in FNAF Help Wanted Curse of Dreadbear DLC. This one, I don't really have much of a reference on how hard this is, because I've only beaten this one time. And it was just too hard, so I didn't really want to complete it again. And it was just hard, because you have Nightmare Freddy walking behind you, so you have to rush, and then Foxy can spawn in front of you when lightning comes, and you just have to stay still and let Freddy come tackle you. And Nightmare Chica and Nightmare Bonnie come through the doors. That's not much of an issue. Most of the times you can just walk by them anyway, and they just won't kill you. It's mostly just Foxy and Freddy. If you have one of them, it's not too bad. If you have both of them, it's super hard. At least that's what I'm remembering. I originally had this like way higher, but then I just thought about it. I tried it a couple times just for this video. I couldn't complete it, but it is what it is. I put it here. Don't really have much to say about it because I don't really like it. It's the worst level in the DLC to me. Next one. Number 5. Blind Insta Foxy Mad Freddles mode in FNAF 4. This one is super hard because all of those things that I just listed, that's why it's super hard. You have Foxy in the closet right away, which, I mean, that's pretty much what's gonna happen anyway, so that doesn't really change anything. But the Mad Freddles does, you have to look at Freddles, like, almost every single time you come back to the middle. And being blind, you can see how that's a problem. Because you can't see anything. I actually think up until 4 a.m., it's super easy. I think the first 4 hours are very easy for me. It's just 4 a.m., and this is the reason it's harder than Blind All Nightmare, is because when Nightmare is here on this one, It's just completely random on where he is when he laughs. And just that in itself makes it so much harder to me. Because usually he's gonna laugh like 4 times. I got lucky. I think you can just go back and watch the video if you have to, but I'm pretty sure when I actually beat it, he didn't laugh at all. Again, that might be a mistake. It's been a minute since I beat it. That could have been somebody else, actually. I don't know. Not much else to say, besides just use your ears to hear breathing at the doors. Pretty easy. Number 4. Well, I'm not saying that this whole challenge is easy. I'm just saying that the listening part for the breathing is easy. Just clarifying that. Number 4 is 100% completion on FNAF 6. This one was so unbelievably difficult. This is actually the reason I hate FNAF 6. This right here is the only reason I hate FNAF 6. If I would have been content with myself just getting the completion ending, I would like this game. But because I had to do this, because I'm a completionist myself, I hate it. Because I didn't realize how luck-based it was, and then I looked up stuff because it felt like I was dying for no reason, and then it said there's a 90% chance of actually succeeding each time you look into an event. It's just stupid. Anyways, back to this. 100% completion. In order to 100% this game, you have to get all 6 certificates. Plus I think there's one ending that doesn't give you a certificate. I completed that too. I don't think you have to do that one, but I would just do it anyway because it's super easy. I think it's called the lazy ending, where you just don't invite anybody, from the alleyway, or wherever they get the animatronics. And then you have to get the 4 achievements, but those just go away if you press new game. Right now, I don't even have all the 4 achievements because they just go away. I just have 3 of them. Because I tried actually making it to Saturday and then doing Saturday on a video, but I decided just not to do that because Thursday, it was just too hard because of how luck-based it is. And I think, now that I've beaten 50-20 on the channel, come on, you can believe me on this. It's not super hard. Saturday took me like 20 minutes to complete my first ever time. It's not super hard. But there's one ending, I'm pretty sure it's called Blacklisting. But there's one ending that is super hard. There's the Lore Keeper too, there's, Bankruptcy, there's, Completion, and 2 more that I forgot the names of. There's just a bunch of stuff you have to do. And most of them require you to complete Saturday again. So that's why this is so much harder than completing Saturday, because you have to complete Saturday like 5 times. Next one. Number 3. 1020 and Five Nights at Freddy's 2. This one is no surprise to anybody. Maybe it's surprised that it's not number 2, but, it's not. You'll see what's number 2. You probably have an idea, but maybe not. 1020 and FNAF 2. I can't really say much until I do the next one, but it's so luck-based that this is gonna take forever. Some people, like me, can complete it in an hour because some people are just better at the game, but some, like average Joe, like Markiplier, can take a long time. I believe it took Markiplier 9 hours to complete this. It's pretty crazy. This one is a bit weird for me to rank, because to me, it's not hard. It's just so luck-based, so it seems hard. But it's actually not your fault if you die. Most of the time. I'll say a little bit more about it when I go to this next one. So, number 2 is 1020 FNAF SL. So back to the FNAF 2 thing. That one is so luck-based, and the only reason that this one is higher, this one, for sure, for me, takes way less time to complete than FNAF 2's 1020 mode. But this one requires so much more skill that it's unbelievable. Like, this requires an amazing amount of skill to complete. This is the most non-luck-based thing in all of FNAF to complete. It requires no luck. It's just 100% skill. And even with that, it still takes me like 30 minutes to complete this. Yeah, this one's really hard. Because you have the Electro Babs and the mini arena mini-arenas, or whatever ones, mini-arenas or mini-arenas 2, whichever ones drain your oxygen, and the electrobabs, that'll just drain your power. So then you have to flip up the camera to take care of those guys. And then you have to go back to Funtime Foxy, and then you have to do a cam flip in between each cycle of zapping those dudes. And most of the time, Gendo's just gonna pop up. And sometimes, if you flip up the monitor again to get rid of him, sometimes he just stays if you flip it up too quick or flip it down too quick. And then you have Freddy that you have to keep track of the entire time. And there's Ballora that you just have to listen for the entire time. There's Bonnet that'll just run across the screen and you have to hit its nose. It's actually kind of challenging to do that. And then you have Lolbit, you just type LOL on your keyboard. Sometimes you can get screwed if you're not fast enough, or if you're just not good enough, then sometimes you'll just flip up the camera to do your stuff, and then the second you flip up the camera is when Lolbit spawns, and then sometimes if you're not fast like I am, then you'll just, like, get, like, screwed by Lolbit and she'll flip down your monitor. Some people say that's luck. I say that's a lack of skill. But let me know what you think on that. Next one. Number 1. I'm sure you all know what this is. I completed it on my channel not too long ago. Well, for me, it was literally yesterday. Number 1. 50/20 in Ultimate Custom Night. Who's surprised? We all knew it was gonna be here. 50/20 is just so unbelievably hard. And I actually have a little bit to say about my run of actually beating it. That I was just too excited to say it in the video where I did beat it at the end. I just guess I forgot, but at the end at 5 a.m. it was like 10 seconds before, it was 4 minutes and 20 seconds I remember, where I actually ran out of the music box and the marionette was coming to get me, so I had to do an extra cam flip just to survive because she made my ventilation systems go out. And I was actually surviving, and at the end, Foxy didn't even start getting in my room. It was a crazy run. And at the beginning, I'm pretty sure I was doing terrible at the coin farming. And again, I might be thinking of a different run on this part right here, but I'm pretty sure the coin farming was like super bad. And I just barely was able to do it in time. It was just a crazy run. But yeah, basically, 50/20 is super luck based. Again, it's not a shocker. It's FNAF. What do you expect? Um, but all the hard things. I'm just gonna list the things that you have to do. All right. You start the night. You hold 1. Don't hold space at the beginning. That's a mistake that I see many people make. And for me, it's just easier to keep the fan on when you have the power gen on. Just to not waste power and have the fan on with the global music box instead. It just saves power if you keep the fan on with the power generator. So hold 1 at the beginning on the loading screen when you click go. Then, well, actually, you know what? I'm going to save this for a different video because I actually do want to make a guide on how to beat it. So I'm not going to say too much about it. But, I mean, you get the point. It's 50/20. I guess I'll end this here. Let me know your rankings of this in the comments down below. But anyways, I guess that'll be the end of this video. Leave a like if you like this type of content, because I'm not even sure if you like this type of content. I have plans to rank every single FNAF character, that's an animatronic. I'm not including humans. I will include the phone guy from FNAF Ultimate Custom Night, though. But, no humans, it's just animatronics, including Springtrap, because it's like a half of each. But I'm sure you know what I mean when I say only animatronics. It's kind of common sense. But yeah, let me know if you actually like to see that, because that one is going to be a hard video to make, because there's so many FNAF characters, and finding a place for every single one is going to be pretty challenging. Like, harder than 50/20, not really. But, yeah. So I guess that'll be the end of this video. I suck at outros. Goodbye.